Let's get right into it. Number 10. Sudden eye floaters. You're scrolling through your phone when suddenly it looks like someone's hosting a microscopic rave in your eyeball. Little black dots and squiggles dancing around like they're at a tiny disco party. At first, you might think it's just eye strain, but then you notice flashes of light, like tiny lightning bolts in the corner of your eye. These could be warning signs of your retina literally trying to tear itself apart. Your eye is filled with this jelly-like stuff called vitreous, or eye jello. As we get older, this eye jello starts shrinking. When it shrinks, it can pull away from your retina. Usually, this separation is smooth, giving you just a few harmless floaters. But sometimes this eye jello gets a bit too aggressive and can tear your retina. Think of it like when you're trying to peel off a sticker, but instead of coming off cleanly, it starts tearing the paper underneath. If that tear isn't fixed quickly, fluid can seep behind your retina, like water behind wallpaper. This can make your retina peel off. Without quick treatment, this can lead to permanent blindness. Most people just ignore these warning signs, thinking the floaters will go away. So if you suddenly see a bunch of new floaters, especially with flashes of light, don't just write it off. Get to an eye doctor immediately. Number 9. Chronic unexplained itching. You're sitting there, minding your own business, when suddenly you feel this itch that just won't quit. Not the normal kind that goes away after a quick scratch. This one's like an annoying relative who shows up uninvited and refuses to leave. The weird part? There's no rash, no bite marks, nothing to see at all. Your body might be trying to tell you something way more serious. Think of it like your body's version of a fire alarm, but instead of loud noises, you get this maddening itch. Your liver might be the sneaky culprit. When it starts to underperform, toxins build up in your body. These toxins then decide to have a party in your skin, making you feel like you're covered in invisible mosquito bites. Or it could be your kidneys waving a red flag. When they start slacking off, waste products that should have been filtered out start floating around in your bloodstream. And those waste products love to make you itch like crazy. Sometimes this mysterious itch can be your body's way of saying, hey, something's really wrong inside. The creepy part is that by the time other symptoms show up, whatever's causing the itch might have already gotten pretty serious. So next time you've got an itch that just won't quit, maybe don't just write it off as dry skin. Number 8. Regular morning headaches. Imagine waking up feeling like your head's being squeezed in a vice grip almost every single morning. Most people brush it off as just bad sleep and pop some painkillers, but your body might be screaming at you about something way more serious. These headaches feel different, like a heavy pressure squeezing both sides of your head, and they usually clear up after a few hours. Often these headaches show up because your brain isn't getting enough oxygen while you sleep. Your airway might be getting blocked dozens of times throughout the night. It's like trying to breathe through a straw that keeps getting pinched shut. Sometimes people wake up choking or gasping for air. This isn't your brain playing tricks with a nightmare. It's your body hitting the panic button. Your blood pressure might also be playing a nasty game of roller coaster while you sleep. Those ups and downs can leave you with a splitting headache in the morning. If you're waking up feeling like you've been hit by a truck, it might be time to see a doctor. Sometimes simple changes like sleeping on your side can make a huge difference. Number 7. Unrelenting general fatigue. Imagine waking up feeling like you just ran a marathon in your sleep. You drag yourself through the day like a smartphone running on 1% battery. This isn't your normal tired. This is exhaustion that makes climbing stairs feel like scaling Mount Everest. No matter how much you sleep, you still feel like a zombie. This could be your system sounding a major alarm. Think of your body like a car with a check engine light. Sometimes this endless tiredness is your thyroid being lazy on the job. This tiny gland in your neck is like your body's power plant manager. When it starts to underperform, everything starts running in slow motion. Or maybe your blood isn't carrying enough oxygen around. It's like trying to power a whole city with half the power lines cut. Your organs are basically sitting there saying, we need some oxygen. Some people even start craving weird things like ice cubes. Your body gets so desperate for iron, it makes you want to chew on frozen water. Sometimes it's your heart sending out an SOS. When your heart's struggling, even walking to the kitchen feels like running a triathlon. Your body's basically working overtime just to keep the lights on. So if you're feeling like a sloth in slow motion day after day, maybe it's time to get that check engine light looked at. Number 6. New skin tag clusters. You wake up one morning and notice these weird little flesh-colored bumps hanging off your neck like tiny skin chandeliers. These annoying little flesh decorations love to show up in places where your skin rubs together. Neck folds, armpits, and other areas. 1 or 2 skin tags are probably normal, but when they start popping up in clusters, especially around your neck or armpits, Your system could be signaling trouble ahead. Scientists have found that sudden skin tag clusters often show up when your body's having trouble processing insulin. It's like your pancreas is working overtime, pumping out more insulin than usual. And all that extra insulin makes your skin cells go a bit crazy, creating these little flesh balloons. The scary part is this could be happening years before more serious problems show up. Some doctors have noticed that people with just 3 or more skin tags are more likely to develop blood sugar problems later. It's like your skin is trying to give you a heads up. Catching this early means you can actually do something about it. So next time you spot a new colony of skin tags setting up camp on your body, maybe don't just shrug it off. Number 5. Easy, unexplained bruising. Imagine waking up with mysterious purple spots all over your body. No bumps, no falls, just bruises appearing out of nowhere. This happens when tiny blood vessels under your skin break and leak. Think of these vessels like tiny water pipes running through your body. When they're healthy, they're strong and flexible. But sometimes, they can get weak and break easily, like old rubber bands. Your body has a whole system to stop these leaks, like a repair crew made up of tiny cells called platelets. But sometimes this repair crew doesn't show up fast enough. One big reason this happens is because your body's missing some important vitamins. Remember how sailors used to get really sick on long voyages? Their bodies would bruise super easily because they weren't getting enough vitamin C. Your blood vessels need vitamin C to stay strong. Without it, they become as fragile as wet paper towels. Vitamin K is another crucial player, helping your blood clot properly. Some medications can make you bruise more easily too. Blood thinners are obvious ones, but even common pain relievers can turn you into a human paint palette. If you're finding mysterious bruises more often than you find your car keys, it might be time for a chat with your doctor. Number 4. Persistent muscle cramps. Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. feeling like someone's trying to fold your leg in half. Your calf muscle is doing its best impression of a pretzel. These aren't your regular, I worked out too hard cramps. These are the kind that show up uninvited, like a weird relative who crashes on your couch and won't leave. Your muscles might be screaming because they're running low on minerals. It's like trying to run a car without oil. Things are going to get messy. Your body needs 3 main minerals to keep muscles from throwing painful tantrums: magnesium, calcium, and potassium. When you're low on these, your muscles start acting like teenagers, dramatic and unpredictable. But here's the really spooky part. Sometimes these cramps are your nerves sending out an SOS. Imagine your nerves are like electrical wires, and something's starting to fray them. Your muscles are just the messenger, twitching and cramping to let you know something's not right. Nighttime cramps have a special nickname: Charlie horses. Most people just chug some water and try to sleep it off. So next time you're jolted awake by your calf doing its best impression of a sailor's knot, maybe pay attention. Your body might be trying to tell you something more important than, you need a banana. Number 3. Constant temperature sensitivity. Imagine walking into a room and feeling like you're trapped in the Arctic while everyone else is perfectly comfortable. Your body's internal thermostat might be trying to tell you something important. Think of your body like a house with a broken thermostat. A tiny butterfly-shaped gland in your neck controls your body's thermostat. When this little guy isn't doing its job right, you become that person wearing a winter coat in summer or tank tops in winter. If it's running too slow, you'll be shivering in 3 sweaters during summer. If it's running too fast, you'll be sweating in winter with a desk fan running in December. Your blood vessels are basically like tiny highways delivering warmth throughout your body. Sometimes these highways get traffic jams, leaving your hands and feet feeling like ice blocks while the rest of you is toasty warm. Most people just brush this off as being naturally cold or naturally hot, but your body doesn't send these signals for fun. So next time you find yourself shivering in a warm room or sweating in the cold, maybe it's time to get your internal thermostat checked out. Number 2. Post-meal energy crash. You just finished a big lunch, and 2 hours later, you feel like someone unplugged your battery and replaced your blood with cement. Your eyes get heavy, your brain gets foggy, and all you can think about is finding the nearest couch. This isn't just your body being lazy after a big meal. It's your body waving a red flag about your blood sugar control. When you eat, especially meals loaded with refined carbs and sugars, your body goes into overdrive. Your pancreas releases a flood of insulin, trying to deal with all that sugar in your bloodstream. Sometimes it gets a little too excited and releases way too much. It's like your body bringing a fire truck to put out a match. Total overkill. This insulin overdrive makes your blood sugar drop faster than a skydiver without a parachute. Your body thinks it's in crisis mode. You might start feeling shaky, like you've had way too much coffee, or get super irritable, snapping at people for breathing too loud. Some folks even start sweating or getting chills. This could be an early warning sign that your body's having trouble managing blood sugar. Picture it as your body's internal warning system flashing. Try eating smaller meals throughout the day instead of 3 huge ones. Mix some protein and healthy fats with those carbs. They're like speed bumps that slow down how fast sugar hits your system. Next time you feel that afternoon energy vampire sucking away your will to live, remember your body might be trying to tell you something important. Number 1. Persistent eyelid twitching. Your eyelid starts doing its own little dance routine. At first it's kind of funny, like your eye is trying to send Morse code signals. But when that twitch sticks around for days, it might be your body's way of waving a red flag. These tiny spasms are actually your smallest muscles throwing a temper tantrum. Your body might be screaming, "Hey, remember that thing called sleep? Yeah, we need more of that." Or maybe it's your body's dramatic way of saying you're running low on magnesium. Your eyelid muscles are some of the busiest muscles in your entire body, contracting about 15,000 times a day. When these little overachievers get stressed out, or you've had too much coffee, they start acting like they're at a rave. That extra shot of espresso might be turning your eyelid into a disco floor. The good news is, usually, it's nothing serious. But if that twitch hangs around longer than your last relationship, or starts bringing friends to the party like facial spasms, it might be time to get it checked out. Because sometimes, rarely, it could be your body's way of saying something's not quite right with your nervous system. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.